Did you know that nearly 60% of adults over the age of 65 experience recurring leg cramps, especially at night? According to the CDC, these sudden, painful spasms are one of the top reasons older adults report poor sleep and mobility issues. And yet, most people never connect the dots between what's on their plate and what's happening in their legs. That's what we're uncovering today. Hi there, welcome to Wellness Simplified. I'm Dr. Alexander, and for the past 30 years, I've been helping people unlock better health not with fads or prescriptions, but with science-backed nutrition that works. Today, we're diving into 3 everyday foods that most people overlook, yet they hold the key to stronger muscles and cramp-free nights. Now, these aren't exotic superfoods flown in from across the globe. In fact, you probably have one of them in your fridge right now. The second one, you've likely peeled it without realizing it was nature's version of an electrolyte drink. But the third is the silent hero no one talks about. It's tiny, powerful, and just a handful a day could be the difference between tossing in pain and sleeping in peace. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know what these 3 foods are, but also how they work deep inside your body to calm those cramping muscles. And more importantly, I'll share a real patient story that changed how I approach muscle health forever. Ready to turn your plate into your most powerful medicine? Let's get started. Part 1, Eggs, the muscle engineer. Let's begin with a food that's been quietly sitting on our breakfast tables for generations, the humble egg. Simple as it seems, this nutritional powerhouse plays a complex and deeply important role in maintaining muscle strength, especially as we age. First, let's talk about protein. As we grow older, we naturally begin to lose muscle mass, a condition known as sarcopenia. This process starts as early as our 40s and accelerates in our 60s and 70s. Without enough high-quality protein in the diet, muscle repair slows down, and recovery from even mild activity becomes more difficult. That's where eggs shine. One large egg contains about 6 grams of complete protein, which means it provides all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to rebuild and maintain muscle fibers. It's not just about bulking up, it's about preserving the muscle you already have so you can walk, lift, climb stairs, and move with confidence. But that's only the beginning. Eggs also bring a second key nutrient to the table, vitamin D. This fat-soluble vitamin plays a critical role in helping the body absorb calcium, which supports not only bone density but also smooth and coordinated muscle contraction. Unfortunately, vitamin D deficiency is extremely common in older adults, particularly those who don't get regular sunlight exposure. A single egg yolk contains a modest amount of vitamin D, but when combined with other sources like fortified dairy or fatty fish, it can help maintain optimal levels. Now here's where it gets especially interesting. Eggs are also a rich source of vitamin B12 and choline, 2 nutrients that are essential for a healthy nervous system. Why does that matter? Because your muscles don't act on their own. Every movement, from a simple stretch to a midnight leg cramp, is triggered by electrical signals traveling through your nerves. If those signals get disrupted, your muscles can misfire, leading to spasms, tightness, or that stabbing pain that wakes you up at 2 in the morning. In fact, a 2021 report from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society emphasized that vitamin B12 deficiency is significantly underdiagnosed in older adults, particularly those with reduced stomach acid or those taking medications like metformin. This often leads to neurological symptoms, including muscle cramps. One of my patients, a retired piano teacher in his late 70s, had been battling severe leg cramps for nearly a decade. He had tried everything, from muscle relaxants to magnesium sprays. But what made the difference wasn't found in a pill bottle. It was in his refrigerator. We started by adding 6 to 7 eggs per week into his meals, then built around that with leafy greens and a serving of fortified yogurt. Within weeks, the nightly cramps that had haunted him began to fade. Within months, they were gone. And in his own words I'll never forget, he said, "It wasn't medicine that fixed my cramps. It was breakfast, lunch, and dinner." Eggs may be small, but the impact they can have on your muscles, nerves, and quality of life is enormous. If there's one food I consistently recommend to older adults struggling with muscle weakness or cramps, it's this one. Up next, we'll explore a fruit you probably eat without realizing it's nature's electrolyte replacement. And yes, it might just be the secret weapon against midnight muscle spasms. Stay with me. Part 2: Bananas, the electrolyte guardian. Let's shift gears for a moment. If eggs are the engineers behind muscle repair, then bananas are the body's natural electricians, keeping the signals between your nerves and muscles running smoothly. They may seem like a simple snack, but inside that familiar yellow peel lies a powerful tool for muscle balance and nighttime relief. At the heart of bananas' benefits is potassium, a mineral essential for regulating fluid balance, nerve impulses, and most importantly, muscle contractions. When potassium levels drop, muscles become overly excitable, making them prone to spasms and cramps. It's like trying to operate a motor with crossed wires. Nothing moves the way it should. One medium banana contains around 420 milligrams of potassium, which accounts for about 12% of the daily requirement. For older adults, that amount matters more than ever. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at maintaining electrolyte balance, especially if we're on blood pressure medications like diuretics or consuming fewer fruits and vegetables. But potassium isn't working alone. Bananas also deliver magnesium, which helps calm overly active muscles, and vitamin B6, which plays a crucial role in neurotransmitter function. Think of B6 as the translator that ensures every message from your brain reaches your muscles clearly and accurately. When B6 is low, that communication line breaks down, and cramps often follow. According to the World Health Organization, potassium is considered a critical nutrient for both cardiovascular and neuromuscular function. Their global dietary guidelines specifically recommend increased potassium intake in older adults to help regulate blood pressure, prevent stroke, and support muscle coordination. In other words, this mineral is a foundational piece of healthy aging. I've seen the power of bananas firsthand. Remember the retired piano teacher I mentioned earlier, the one whose nightly cramps began to disappear after adding eggs to his diet? Even after addressing his protein and B12 levels, the cramps still came back, always at night, always around the same time. So we looked deeper and discovered that his potassium levels were also low. We didn't reach for supplements. Instead, we made a simple change. We introduced one banana into his evening routine. Nothing dramatic. Just a banana about an hour or so before bedtime. Within 3 weeks, those nighttime spasms that had haunted him for years vanished. I remember what he told me at his follow-up appointment. He said, "My sleep is finally silent." It was such a short sentence, but it said so much. No more tension. No more jolting pain. No more dread before bed. That kind of peace came not from medication, but from a fruit that most people overlook as just another breakfast item. Bananas are not just a convenient snack. They are natural muscle stabilizers. When paired with proper hydration and balanced meals, they can make a world of difference for anyone suffering from recurring leg cramps. But we're not done yet. There's still one more food I want to share with you. It's smaller than an egg, less flashy than a banana, and yet its impact on muscle recovery and inflammation may be the most powerful of all. And chances are, you walk past it at the grocery store without a second thought. Stay with me, because the third food may surprise you. Part 3: Nuts and Seeds, the Silent Warriors. Now let's turn to one of the quietest yet most powerful food groups in the entire nutritional landscape: nuts and seeds. They don't come with bright colors or bold flavors. They don't make much of a fuss on the plate. But what they lack in flash, they make up for in pure muscle-supporting power. These tiny warriors are rich in two of the most essential minerals for preventing leg cramps: magnesium and potassium. Pumpkin seeds, almonds, and pistachios are particularly valuable in this regard. Just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds can provide nearly 40% of your daily magnesium needs. Magnesium works to calm overactive nerves and relax tense muscles, creating the kind of internal environment where cramps simply don't thrive. Potassium, as we discussed earlier, supports proper fluid balance and smooth muscle contraction. Together, they form a dynamic duo that helps your muscles contract when needed and relax when they should. But that's just the beginning. Nuts and seeds also deliver healthy fats, particularly omega 3 fatty acids and monounsaturated fats that support circulation and reduce inflammation. Inflammation is often the hidden spark behind sore muscles, stiffness, and cramping. When you reduce inflammation, you're essentially turning down the volume on the body's pain signals. Improved circulation means your muscles receive more oxygen and nutrients, helping them recover faster after activity. This becomes especially important for older adults, who often experience lingering soreness even after mild exertion. I once worked with a patient recovering from a minor fall. Though the injury wasn't severe, the muscle pain lingered for weeks and impacted his ability to walk confidently. We reviewed his recovery plan and realized that while his therapy was on track, his nutrition was missing something. We introduced a daily handful of unsalted almonds and a sprinkle of flax seeds into his meals. Within 2 weeks, his stiffness decreased. By the end of the month, his walking improved dramatically. He told me it felt as though the tension had been gently unknotted from within. That kind of outcome isn't magic. It's the result of nutrients doing exactly what they're designed to do. Just like in a theater, the spotlight may fall on the actors, but without the behind-the-scenes crew, the whole show would collapse. That's how I think of nuts and seeds, small, quiet, but absolutely essential for a flawless muscular performance. From a practical standpoint, the recommendation is simple. 1 small handful per day, around an ounce, is enough. That's roughly 20 almonds or 2 tablespoons of seeds. Choose unsalted, raw, or dry roasted varieties whenever possible. Avoid highly processed, flavored, or oil-fried options, as they can introduce unwanted sodium and unhealthy fats that work against your goals. And for those who prefer variety, feel free to rotate between almonds, pumpkin seeds, pistachios, walnuts, and flax seeds. Each brings its own unique profile of minerals, fats, and antioxidants to support your muscles in a slightly different way. Think of them as a cast of characters, each one contributing something vital to the story of your recovery. With the power of eggs, the balance of bananas, and the resilience of nuts and seeds, we've now assembled a trio of foods that can truly transform the way your muscles behave, especially as you age. But what's the greater lesson here? What do these stories, nutrients, and experiences really point to? Let's bring it all together in the final part of our journey. So let's bring it all together. Eggs help rebuild and preserve muscle, giving your body the strength it needs to move with confidence. Bananas support your electrolyte balance, keeping those nerve signals steady and muscles calm. And nuts and seeds fight inflammation from the inside out, helping your muscles recover faster and stay relaxed longer. Each one of these foods plays a different role, but together, they form a complete support system for cramp-free living. This isn't about taking drastic measures. It's about building simple, smart habits, starting with what's on your plate. If you're someone who deals with frequent leg cramps, here's what I recommend. Begin incorporating these 3 foods into your weekly routine. Stay well hydrated. Add light stretching or walking into your day. And give your body about 4 to 6 weeks to adjust and respond. You might be surprised just how powerful these small changes can be. Now I'd love to hear from you. Out of the 3 foods we talked about today, which one do you eat most often? Eggs? Bananas? Nuts and seeds? Or maybe all 3? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're there, feel free to share your own tips or remedies for muscle cramps. Your experience might help someone else who's going through the same thing. If this video helped you understand your body a little better, consider subscribing to Wellness Simplified. Because here, we believe that health doesn't have to be complicated, just well understood. Thank you for watching, take care of your body, and we'll see you in the next video.